testicles, 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 ball sack, taint, testicles, nipples, all those good things. Testing. Welcome everyone to episode 750 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, slaycast, taintcast, and jackcast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. And we are large and in charge. Welcome to episode 750. Thank you for joining me for the quadcast on Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And of course, everyone listening into the podcast on SoundCloud and Apple Podcast and Stitcher and Overcast and wherever the hell else you like to get your audio gains. That's where you can find old Papa Swolio and the Gain Train. So welcome everyone, wherever you're watching, whenever you're watching, and however you're watching or listening. Just make sure you pinch your nips for daddy. Pinch your nips for daddy. That's the least that you can do, right? That's just fucking respect. That's respect, fam. You're watching the Daily Swole, you're not pinching your nips. Disrespectful. Disrespectful. Don't do it. Don't do it, fam. Don't be like that. Don't do it to me. Don't do me like that, fam. Don't do me like that. What's going on, Robert, Lena, Mac, Joseph, Miguel, Gretchen on Facebook? Hello, Stephanie. So I decided to become a personal trainer. I'm taking my courses online. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. So, those of you that are tuning in, hello, Samina on Facebook. So, welcome everyone, no matter where you're watching. Like I said, Twitch as well. And if you're not following me over there on Twitch, make sure you check me out, twitch.tv/Swolenormous. And I'm just at Swolenormous everywhere else. So, it is a Saturday, and it's a Saturday afternoon. And in Florida, it's rainy as shit. It's rainy as shit. I just did some errands, getting my getting my health game, making sure that my health game is on point, and I had some of those pictures done of the eye where they literally see your eyeball and they can see your fucking blood vessels and everything, and they can tell you have high blood pressure, cholesterol, all these things just by looking in the eye. And it's the same thing with your teeth if you're not getting dental work. And it's just amazing how you can check for someone's health based on their eyes and based on their teeth and these things that we don't usually judge someone's health by, right? I mean, it's not really socially acceptable to be like, "Oh, you look healthy, you got good teeth." That's kind of like ixnay on the slavery, right? That's kind of like harken back to some memories no one wants to dig back up. You can't really judge someone's health based on their teeth. We're not dogs, or we try to pretend like we're not dogs. So it's not nice. Like, nice teeth, bro. Not really a good conversation starter. But it's amazing how you can gauge someone's health by these organs, right? By your eyes and by your teeth. It's fascinating. And I could see all the different capillaries in the eyes. I could see my macula. I can see it was just super cool. It was super cool. And they were yoked, your little biceps, little vein biceps, little artery biceps in my eye. So I never saw that. I didn't know I had biceps in my eye. I don't think that's normal. He said it was very abnormal, but quite healthy. So lucky Papa Swolio, lucky me, lucky dog. Yeah. So, oh, Papa Swolio, you say the strangest things. So happy Saturday, everyone. Those of you that are tuning in, especially on YouTube and actually on Facebook too. You saw this too. You didn't see it well, I linked it in my Instagram stories on Instagram. My latest video, my latest Swole motion, it was 127. And it was about the fat tax. Who didn't see that one yet? If you didn't see it, it's on Facebook. I put it on Facebook. I put the real fat tax. That's the top and the bottom bars. That's the video. And I posted that yesterday, I believe. And on YouTube, it's also the same. It's on my Swole Motion playlist. It's my vlog playlist. So let's talk a little bit about that. Let me give you some context for those that don't know what's going on. And I didn't watch all the videos. I don't really know everything in the interview. I don't really want to sit through any of that bullshit. But from videos that I saw and from the gist, and we'll just talk about it in that sense, and we can get into a conversation from that angle. This woman, whoever it was, I don't know who she is. I don't know what she was really talking about, what her cause is. I don't care, to be honest. But the main topic that came out that was going around, that was circling around, is this fat tax that was proclaimed to, or almost kind of like a persecution mindset, that fat people and those that are overweight, however you politically correct you want your tea, however much stevia you want to put in there, okay, fat, overweight, horizontally challenged, whichever you want to use, and to soften the blow, if it makes you feel better, that you're being taxed because it costs more for clothing. It's kind of like big and tall, right? I don't think tall people are complaining. I don't think tall people are complaining about the tall tax. If you have size 16 feet, you have to pay a premium on shoes. Okay. That's the luck of the draw. If you are 7 feet tall, you have to buy different clothes. You have to buy different fucking houses. If you're 7 feet tall, you need to get higher archways in your houses. You're uncomfortable everywhere you go. I wouldn't say that tall people have a tall tax. They just have a difficult lifestyle, right? They have to duck down all the time, and they have to talk down to people literally because they're higher. So they have bad posture oftentimes, or their structure, and it's harder for them to build muscle over that frame. And they might have other growth, disproportionate issues based on posture. So I don't know all the details, and everyone's different, but I don't hear tall people complaining. So the bottom line was this quote unquote fat tax because it takes more material to make a bigger person's clothing, that it's essentially a fat tax. They're being taxed. They're being charged for extra seats on planes and this, that, and the other. And I don't think that's anything in the sense or in the realm of inappropriate. Because if you think about what an airplane, let's talk about airline seating. If you talk about airline seating, what does it cost for an airplane to fly? All right. There's only a certain amount of space, like physical space, that you can put in a seat. You can't have someone sitting on top of another person. That's dangerous and it's just gross. And you can't have, and it has to be weight, literal body weight. And for someone to complain about paying extra for more seating or more leg room or a bigger seat, well, they would charge you for extra luggage because the airplane, the airplane has to lift your fucking body and all the cargo that you brought on it off the ground and fly you through the fucking air. So if it's harder to lift you off the ground, if it's harder to carry your fat ass off planet Earth, then yeah, it's going to cost more in fuel and it's going to cost more in space, because if you take up the space of two people, then they're going to charge you more because they're losing money on the person they can't sit there. And that just makes sense. That's business. You have two choices. You can be less overweight or pay more, or don't fly, take a bus, take a train, drive. And life isn't always fair. And this is not to make fun of people that are overweight. That's quite the opposite. It's the mentality that anyone gets special treatment. No one should really be getting special treatment. It's just the luck of the draw. So you have a choice. It doesn't make it a beautiful choice. It doesn't make it, oh, the easiest choice. If you're overweight, either lose weight and then you pay less per ticket, or find a different method of travel. Life isn't fair. There are many options though. And when you feel entitled to something, you forget that there are options and choices. You don't have to fly. You don't have to wear overweight clothing. I mean, go live on a nudist colony and don't wear any clothes. Oh, well, that's unrealistic. Well, it's unrealistic to say that making clothes with twice as much material should cost the same fucking price. That doesn't make any sense. If you're making pants that are size 65, it costs you more material than it costs to create pants that are a 35. It's just physical law. Okay. There isn't some magic. It's not, the king's new clothing and he's not wearing anything like that folk tale, right? Or the emperor's new clothes. And everyone's saying, oh, look at this amazing magical robe he's wearing. It's the finest material. You can see right through it. And he's actually naked, making a fool of himself. But the king was so, you know, his ego got ahead of him and he got tricked into paying a lot of money for essentially nothing. And this swindler told him that it was this magical material and he paid for this cloak that was actually no cloak at all, and he was walking through the city naked. So if it's more material physically, if it's more material physically, it just makes sense. So the whole idea of this and what was going viral, and that's why I made the video about it, is that she was complaining that there's a fat tax because it costs more money for overweight people to buy clothes. Mike Stuttle, I went from a size 44 to a 33, love buying clothes. Well, when you start losing weight and you feel better about yourself, you have more confidence, you have less pain, you have more energy. Yeah, you want to buy more clothes. You want to do anything in your capacity to continue down that path of quality of life. You want to feel more of that, right? You want to feel better. You want to keep on feeling better. When you start feeling better, you want to keep on feeling better than that. You want to get better. You want to get better and better and better. You want to do more, 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 more. But the idea that there is a fat tax and or that there shouldn't be a fat tax or that there is this concept of a fat tax, and my video stated that we all pay the fat tax. I think it's unfair that I have to pay a fat tax. Think about that. How fair is that? I'm the one that should be complaining. And I guess I am. I'm not. I wouldn't say I am complaining because I don't really believe in complaining. I believe in doing something about it. But I could easily take that angle. So the question is, am I going to take that angle? Am I going to come at it from that point of view? So the reason why I could complain is that I have to pay for health insurance premiums for unhealthy people. Why would it cost me? Excuse me. Why would it cost me $300 or $400 a month? Why would it cost me a few $100s a month for someone who's healthy, takes care of himself? I do everything in my power to live right by my standards and by what I feel is best for my body from a healthy standpoint. All from a healthy standpoint, from a longevity standpoint, mobility, meditation, mental, physical. I do what I feel is best for my body, right? And that comes down to the individual. That's not what we're arguing here or we're debating. That's not what the statement's about. The statement's about me paying insurance premiums based on how many sick people there are in the world. The reason why my healthcare is so expensive, my healthcare should be fucking free. It should be $10 when I go to the doctor because I take care of my health. I exercise, I eat well, I do X, Y, and Z. It should be $50. I can go to the doctor, get checked out. Cool, you're good. And then I can go on my way. So why do I have a premium that would cost hundreds of dollars a month when I only go maybe once a year just for a checkup, just to keep an eye on things? I'm paying for your fucking shit. I'm paying for your diabetes. I'm paying for your blood pressure medication. I'm paying for all of your issues I'm paying for your kids' issues. I'm paying for your kids' fucking ADD because you feed your child sugar and cereal and soda and garbage. I'm paying for that little fucker. I don't give a fuck about your kid. I'm paying for that little shit nugget. Yeah, your stupid kid, I'm paying for him too. And you're making him stupid by feeding him garbage. We, everyone is paying this fat tax. So it's just taxes. It's taxes, but society is fundamentally broken at the base. At the base, it's broken. That doesn't mean I don't think that people with diabetes should have health care. Okay, so we do our best to make people healthier, but we're not making people healthier. We're caring for the sick. We're not helping the sick. We're not helping the care. We're not helping the people. We're not helping anyone by giving someone a pill. We're not helping anyone by giving them blood pressure medication. We're not helping them at all. We're keeping them alive. We're keeping sick people alive. We're weakening the species. We're weakening our society. We're weakening our brains. We're weakening our bodies. We're just weakening everything. Our evolution dictates survival of the fittest, right? The healthy survive, the strong survive. Our mentality and our approach in society is exactly the opposite, is that the weak get the priority. The weak get the arm around the shoulder, physically and mentally. Everyone that can't fight for themselves or the weak people, the weak members. And this is not fucking Nazi talk. This is not extermination. This is just common sense and observation. We keep the sick alive. We don't fix the problem of why they're sick in the first place. All right, you have diabetes, you were told lies and you were fed the wrong food by your parents. You were never taught this in school. I understand. Not everyone gets this information early enough, and not everyone is educated properly. That's the part of the system that's broken. Fine. What are you doing about it now? And with the internet and with all this content, why do you think I yell so loud? Why do you think I try to slap people upside the face when I do this content? Because it's going to shake some people out of this habit of thinking that they're a victim, that they have to live this way. And you don't have to live this way. Most people think they have to live this way. Most people think that this is the way it has to be, and there's no other option. There's no other alternative. There are alternatives. And I think it comes down to taking responsibility for your health. We're so used to going to the doctor. Oh, the doctor. Dr. Rob will tell me what I should be doing. The doctor would tell me. The doctor will see you now. The doctor would tell you, or the doctor would tell me what I need to do. He'll let me know if I'm healthy or not. Why don't you let yourself know if you're healthy or not? Go on Google, check it out. Go get some blood work done down the street and look up your numbers. Check it out. Oh, this is high. Does that mean good or bad? Research it. You have access to everything that a medical professional has. You could essentially be your own doctor. That's what I do. I go to one of those blood work places and you get the blood profile and you fucking look it up yourself and you see what's up. That's all they do in the office. You pay 3, 400, $500. You pay your insurance. Everyone jerks each other off and goes home happy. And you just get some numbers and they look between, oh, well, you're a little bit high here. You're a little bit low here. Oh, you're a little bit high here. Let me give you a prescription for this. Oh, you're a little bit low here. Let me give you a prescription for this. Oh, you're a little bit this here. Let's keep an eye on this. I'll see you in 6 weeks. But in the meantime, take this prescription. Let's see if it gets better. They come back. Oh, it's still a little bit high. Try this one. Oh, you come back in 2 weeks. Oh, it's still a little bit high. Let's check this one. Check this one. Try this until you finally get a pill or a pill combination that keeps it between those levels. And then you're healthy, you're good. My cholesterol is this, my blood pressure is this, and you wear it around like you got an eighth place fucking medal. That is the problem. Your life isn't a bunch of numbers. Your life isn't living between those numbers in that realm. It's a lot more complicated than that. There's a lot more to it. There's a lot more of the mental game, meditation, the brain. That is a huge key, a huge proponent, a huge component that goes far beyond the physical, that translates to the physical. There's a lot of things that we don't know about nutrition. There's a lot of things that your doctor doesn't know about nutrition. That's for damn sure. There's a lot of stuff that is individual to you. There's a lot of stuff that's individual to you. And what you need to realize is that it's your responsibility, it's your life. And I think that's a huge unlock. I think that's a huge, I don't say an observation, but a revelation. I think it's a huge revelation because once you realize that you are responsible, not just you are in control and that's your body and it's important, when you realize no one else, not the doctor, not your insurance company, not your mother, your sister, your spouse, your child, no one is responsible for your health but you because no one cares or should care more than you. Your doctor doesn't give a fuck about your health more than you. And if they do, there's a huge problem there. Why don't you care about your health? Aren't you concerned? Aren't you curious as to what pill you just fucking swallowed? Aren't you interested in the research that brought that pill to market? Aren't you curious as to who they tested it on? How many medications come out in the 10 or 20 years after they're released and you find out, wow, this pill that I was taking to regulate my heart blood pressure was actually making it worse. What was that one that happened recently? You see how quickly that gets swept under the rug. They don't want that to take the limelight too. It was start with a V. Was it Valtrex or something like that? I don't know. I'm just making something up. It was something for blood pressure, or high blood pressure or heart, and it actually made the situation worse. Like it caused ruptures or something. Yeah, they swept that shit under the rug really quick. Yeah. They found out and then, ooh, of course, people were dying from it, but it was being prescribed like crazy. And I know if you understand how pharmaceuticals and how pharmaceutical reps work, it's fucking thievery. It's evil, essentially. It's a huge problem. It's a huge problem. Just drug pushers. You're not fixing the problem. You're not fixing the problem. And it doesn't, it starts, I mean, fam, this is like when I talk about, let me bring this mic down. And when I talk about this being a fucking issue, I'm not saying there's an easy answer. I'm not saying there's an easy answer. I'm not saying that, oh, you just do this and all of a sudden there'll be no problems. I mean, this is something that's fundamental at the core. of our society is a huge problem. This is like a fundamental ground zero type situation. You should only take pills at festivals. I'll leave that to you. This is a story of my life. So I thought until I found you. Thank God I found. Oh, thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. Health is wealth. Take care of your own wellness and be responsible for yourself. Food is natural medicine and herbs. There is a lot to be said for taking responsibility for your own health. And we think that because we're I don't know. I don't know where that happens. I don't know if it's because of school. I don't know if it's because of just we're used to going to the doctor and the doctor being the brain, but now the brain is Google, right? The brain is our cell phone. We have access to the brain wherever we are and information wherever we are and whatever we want to do. There I don't, we give up our responsibility when we're younger. I feel like we never take full responsibility. We just give it up and we assume that, or we allow someone else to take responsibility for our own bodies. We allow the government, we allow doctors, we allow other people to have the first say and the most important say in what's best for our bodies. And that's fundamental garbage. That's fundamental trash. This is not, it doesn't make any sense. On a fundamental level, you are giving someone else the first say and the first line of defense and the first opinion on whether or not you're doing right by your body, whether you're training properly or you're eating healthy or you are, your numbers are in the right place. You should always have first say. You don't have to listen to your doctor. And I'm not saying don't go by your doctor's recommendation. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is you need to have that objective opinion. What your doctor says does not mean that's 100% exactly the way it is. People make mistakes. Doctors are people. My point is you need to take responsibility to get more involved with your healthcare. You need to look at these decisions and look at these options objectively and think about what road this is leading you down. Are you could be taking pills or you could be doing all that stuff. So that being said, when it comes back to the fat tax, we have to take responsibility. We are not entitled to having an easy life. We're not entitled to having all the opportunities that someone else has. No, we have to work with what we were dealt with. And most of you don't start overweight. You become obese because you're eating like shit and you're not exercising and you're taught the wrong way since you were born. Whoever you want to blame it on, it doesn't matter if you blame it on your parents or where you grew up or, oh, my family's Italian. Oh, shut the fuck up. I hate that fucking shit. But I have an Italian family, so we eat a lot of pasta. So then be fat and shut up and go watch Netflix. Everyone, everyone always has an excuse or a reason. Your ethnicity has nothing to do. All right, genetics. I'm not gonna say anything about genetics, but okay, because your family eats a lot of pasta and you're Italian. Well, it's hard for me not to because we eat a lot of pasta. Then stop eating so much fucking pasta. Well, we're Italian. So what? It has nothing to do with you being Italian. It has to do with you being used to eating fucking pasta. That's it. It's as arbitrary. It doesn't matter what color of skin you have. If you're used to eating pasta, you're gonna like pasta and your body's going to get used to eating pasta and it's going to crave more pasta. Welcome to the pasta train. You eat a lot of bread because you're from this place or who cares wherever you're from, your ethnicity or what color of skin or if you're tall or you're fat or you're have a beard or no beard. I'm sorry to hear that, but it's possible. Not everyone has beards. That is the issue. That's the issue. Take responsibility for your choices. It has nothing to do with where your family is from. If you're eating the wrong foods, you're eating the wrong foods. What do you want me to say about it? What do you expect to be said? What do you expect to learn? And this type of person will look online or look for everything, look through all the obvious evidence and the obvious content and find the one or two things that aligns with them. And what do most people settle on? Everything in moderation or you only live once. Those are the two things that justify anyone's actions at any time. Well, you only live once, but only one life. I want to enjoy my life. That's what people say when they wanna make an excuse and they don't wanna have anything weighing over their conscience. That's the pussy way out. Anyone that says everything in moderation, you're a pussy. You only live once, that's also true, but chances are you're also a pussy too. You just don't wanna admit it to yourself that you're making an excuse. If you understand that you're making an excuse, that's fine, then admit it to yourself, understand what you're doing, and then move on. But don't pretend like you want to lose weight, you want all these results, and then you don't do anything about it. So the actions mean everything. If your actions don't show that you want this, then you don't want it, which is also fine. You don't have to want what I want. You don't have to want what your sister wants. You don't have to want what your parents want. You have to know what you want. And that's also the hard part. What's up, Sir Swolio? Got my first leg workout in today. Any tips for a leg day rookie? Yeah, do yoga. Got my first leg workout in today. Do yoga, start off the right way. Make sure you're warming up. Squats are important. Glute activation is important. Boom. I just gave you thousands of dollars worth of awesome content. But now you have to go through and find it. Mwah. Yeah. Basic exercise, but make sure you're doing glute activation stuff. This raw dialogue. Well, the truth has to be discussed on Facebook. The truth has to be discussed. We have to talk about shit the real way. Tanya Freeman on YouTube. My kids are 10 and 12 and don't eat refined sugar, gluten, or dairy, and have never been to a fast food restaurant. I'm not saying they're perfect, but I'm giving them the best foundation that I know, and we continue to evolve all the time. Nice. Look at the side effects from pharmaceutical drugs: sweating, diarrhea, headache, itching, rash. I know. I know the side effects are worse than the actual fucking symptoms. If Big Pharma cured us, they wouldn't be called Big Pharma. Well, they're making money off the medication. They're making money off the medication, obviously, billions. Have you ever seen what McDonald's food looks like before it gets to you? Yuck. It's fake. It's garbage. It's fast food. If your food is fast, then it's not fresh. It's not good. It's not. It's not when they're serving billions and billions and billions. Billions served daily or billion. Yeah. Okay. Well, there isn't that much food in the world. You're making a lot of it. You're creating a lot of it. A huge problem. Huge problem. Huge problem. We used to eat pasta, bread, white potatoes. Then I saw Papa Swolio and the plant paradox. Now is beef, chicken, fish, veggies, sweet potatoes. So what should I feed my children besides bacon, sweet potatoes, and eggs? Grass-fed products, tons of vegetables, good stuff like that. Nutrition's not complicated, fam. There aren't a lot of foods that are good all year round, even out of season. Think about that. You have a lot of variety because they're trying to sell you a lot of stuff because we have the ability to ship things around the world. Just because there is a lot of variety and a lot of things that exist in this world doesn't mean you have to eat all of them. Human beings are not designed to live everywhere on earth. We're regional creatures. I have my first yoga class tomorrow. Nice, dude. Nice. Good luck with that. You're going to enjoy it. Game changer. I want to turn this. There we go. Oh, that's like, hold on. This is really cool if you like mics. The Rode mic stand is great, but huge, massive design flaw. The actual cord fucking hits the bolt, the adjustment bolt. So it's like, I don't know, it's fucking weird. Weird, huge design flaw. And I'm surprised no one ever picked up on that online. No one ever talks about that. It hits the actual cable. So, all right, I'm just trying to adjust that so it's best for me. I love mics. I love mics. Papa Swolio changes lives one at a time. I guess I'm changing lives by not trying to change any lives. I'm just trying to pass along my thoughts and my experiences and what I see. I just see a lot of the bullshit. I see a lot of stuff, a lot of things that people focus on, and it's not the right place to focus. We're focusing too high level. Most people come in too highbrow. They come in too up top. They come in from the top of the pyramid. They're not focusing on the bottom. I love watching med ads that's like taking this may lead to death. Yeah, let me get better. Hey, I'm not feeling well. Can I take this pill? Oh, you might die. Yeah, fuck it. I have a headache. Much love. I'll be searching the archives. Yeah, well, you're watching on YouTube, bro. If you're interested in some glute activation, check out my training playlist on YouTube. The lateral tube walk is a great one. I have some leg workouts on there too. Take it from Ben Bettis on Facebook. Take it from a former chef. Don't even microwave your food to reheat it. Take time and care about what you eat. I never use my microwave ever. Microwaving destroys food. I would, that's always a last resort. Last fucking resort to use a microwave. Come subscribe. No, don't beg for subs. That's weak. Create value. You want subs? Create value on your channel and people will come. Just create value. And that's where, going back to what Gretchen said, or not Gretchen, Samina. So, what should I feed my children? It's not super complicated. You got to feed real food. And when it comes to kids, just don't worry about what the fuck they like. They'll like what you give them. They'll like what you give them. Just feed them. Feed them food. Eat. Eat what I give you, bitch. Shut the fuck up and eat it and like it. And fucking like it. Eat it and like it. Done. Eat it. Just fucking eat it. Best topic yet. Well, I'm glad. I hope you enjoyed it. How many of you saw that video? Do you guys like that video, the fat tax video? Again, if you're watching on YouTube, check that out. That's my latest vlog. That is that's what's going around. That's the mindset. That's the brain space of this fucking world. That's the brain space of this fucking world. It's nuts. It's insanity. It's absolutely fucking insanity. It's absolutely insane. It's insane that that's the state of this of Earth. That's the state of where we're that's the state of what we're dealing with here, fam. We're dealing with people that are entitled. We're dealing with people that feel that they are being persecuted for their own shortcomings, for their choices that they make. That's fucked up. When in reality, it's exactly the opposite. We, the people that are trying to do healthy, be healthy, the opposite of that, we're the ones that have to pay for it. And we have to almost pay double because we're paying for the sick and the sick can't pay for themselves. So we're paying for the sick and we're paying for what the sick can't pay for themselves because the sick are sick. They're not working. They're not adding to society. They're sick. So people that are healthy are trying to bring the shit along with us. And that's what I mean about weakening the species. That's what I mean about weakening society is that those that are fit physically, mentally, that are productive members of society, we are being held back by those that won't help themselves. And then you can get all into philosophy and humanism and oh, but we should be giving to those that have less. We should be, helping. I'm not saying be rude. I'm not saying exterminate. I'm not saying concentration camps or anything like that. So you can save those comments. But the fact of the matter is, we are working hard for those that can't help themselves because they don't care. They gave up. And if we get to this from the source, if we get to this from the actual source, then it might not get to that point to begin with. You might not have people that just let it all go. Mama's not a short order cook. The kiddos eat what I make. Absolutely. Mine don't have a choice. They don't buy groceries. And that's the 1950s style of parenting that needs to come back. You don't like what I fucking made you? Then go to your room and shut the fuck up and don't eat until tomorrow and don't come out either. But mom, smack them upside the head. Go to your fucking room. Shut up and listen. You'll get respect and they'll eat what you make. But now the kids are going to go on fucking Twitter. Hey, hit me or didn't feed me or starving me out and call 911 from their cell phone and all that bullshit, right? You see that it all comes down to it comes down to the parenting. It comes down to the parenting and the values you teach and you instill in your kids. And like I said, it's tough because not everyone's a good parent. Hey, gotta tell it like it is. Not everyone's a good parent. Not everyone's good at the whole parenting game. I wouldn't fucking know. I'm smart. I don't have any. Hee hee hee. Zing. No, I'm just fucking with you. I seen it and yep, it was true. There should be no special treatment. And I am fat and have health issues, but I don't let it hold me back. I'm doing something because it's true. You are your own responsibility. I appreciate that, Heather. I think it means a lot when you have people that are overweight, that are struggling with these things, and they come out and say that. Yeah, my I just don't mince words. And I'm not gonna sit here and just say things that aren't true. I'm not gonna soften the speech. It's not hateful. I don't hate people that have body fat. I don't care if you have abs or not. I want you to be happy. I want you to live healthy. I want you to live a valuable life. A valuable life meaning quality of life. I want you to be able to get up out of the chair when you want to. I want you to play with your kids when you want to. I want you to be able to lift something and put it on the top shelf when you want to. And if you're unhealthy and you're overweight and you're not moving around a lot, you're going to lose that ability. So I don't think I'm not coming from a bad place. I'm not coming from anywhere that's rude or anything like that. So I think that's the difference. But everyone that feels entitled and wants a handout, that's where this video pissed me off, and that's why I made that other video. And you've seen a bunch of them up there about the fat tax. It's just, I mean, it's happened before, and it keeps coming back. It keeps coming back. Everyone wanting an arm around their fucking shoulder for being overweight. Well, fucking do something about it and shut up. But then if I make fun of, or if I say something like that and someone's overweight, oh, you're making fun, you're fat shaming. No, I'm not. Shut the fuck up and listen to what I'm saying. Become a better listener because you suck at it. Not fat shaming. Facts. I'm not fat shaming when I'm spitting facts. Healthcare premiums are all-time high because we are paying for sick people. That's the only reason we have such a huge healthcare booming, because the same companies that are pumping garbage food are the same people that are shaking hands under the table that are providing us the medicine because we're getting sick. That's the truth. That's the truth. It's not a conspiracy. It's not, oh, he's just saying that just to, it's not scare tactics. It's a fucking fact. Go read a book, watch a documentary, do something besides, I don't know, fucking watching Law and Order SVU for the 50th fucking time. Do something else. Add some intelligence into your brain. Yes, grass fed means the animals are eating grass. And some products are 100% grass fed and some are grain finished. So you want to see grass fed and grass finished, or you want to see 100% grass fed. It changes the whole game when the animals are fed grain, because animals are not supposed to eat grain, especially the cows. And if you talk from that, yes, Gretchen, you're correct. Okay, so you answer that question. Thank you. Nicholas on YouTube. Bruh, so many people at work say to me, I need to lose weight, but I don't know how. And I always tell them the same thing. You're saying now people know but what they should and shouldn't eat. People know. People know what they should and shouldn't eat. Everyone likes to pretend like they don't know. Oh, but what should I eat? But what should I eat? Oh, but I don't know what to eat. What do I do? Everyone fucking knows. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. No one likes to talk about it. Everyone fucking knows, right? You can't just, I understand not everyone knows about the whole, all right, you might not know about certain specific things, but you know the basics. Half the shit that people say, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to, you fucking know. You're just making it up. You're just pretending. You're just making excuses for not doing it. But I don't know what to eat. So let me just eat McDonald's every day in the meantime because I don't know what to do. It's one Google away. It takes no time to make major changes to your diet. It takes no time. Like literally any, I don't, fuck the elimination, keto, paleo, whatever you're talking, right? Whatever it is, you go look up a basic, fitness, how to eat healthier. The first article, I don't care what the fuck pops up, it's going to be 100 times better than probably what you're doing now if you're not doing anything, right? The first thing that pops into Google is probably going to say, stop eating soda, cut out fruit juices, all these things. Okay, it's the basics. And that makes a huge difference. It really does. What's something that you've cut out recently that made a huge difference? I just got a bunch of messages. How many of you caught the Daily Swole Club on Facebook Messenger yesterday about the front rack step back lunges? I've gotten a lot of feedback from the previous one, the nutrition. Some people that have cut out a couple basic foods and lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks. Wow, who would have thunk it? I thunk it. I'm glad that you tried it. It's one thing to think about it, it's one thing to actually put into action. Jack on Jack on Instagram, when you tell yourself something enough, You begin to believe it. So if you say you don't know what to do, then you will not know what to do. Well, it's one thing to know and not to do, and it's another thing to know and not to do. You know what you know what you don't know, but then you don't know what you don't know. So a lot of things that I talk about, I know that people didn't know. So you didn't know that you didn't know it. It wasn't even in your realm, but now that I said it, now it's in the realm, right? It's in that the swole sphere. It's out there. It's in play. And now that it's in play, the game changes. Once things are in play, everything changes. Everything changes when it's in play. We're changing. We're changing things here. We're changing things around. The game is different. Loved it. Loved them all. Thanks, Dennis. I cut out sugar and bread. Philip, how'd that work for you? I know it did. Obviously, you cut out sugar and bread, you're going to see massive change. Yes, they are willfully ignorant. That is absolutely true. Heather Denning, I seen it and yep, it was true. There should be no special treatment. And I am fat. I have health issues, but I don't let it. Oh, you said that already. How do you feel about vegans? I don't care one way or the other. Veganism is more of a choice rather than a health diet. I think a lot of people go and say, I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to be a vegan. They don't realize that's more of a moral choice than it is a healthy way of eating. And I know you can start trying to bring all this research here and there. There is no direct evidence. So when you start combining and you combine the mental game with the physical game, so you start talking about nutrition and overall health. Okay, you're trying to have healthier metrics for the brain, for the heart. Okay, so you know what to look for in a blood test. But who you're studying and who you're testing, are they eating shitty forms of meat? Are they exercising? Are they smoking? Are they, like I said, are they sedentary? Do they have other bad habits? Are they in high stressful positions? How closely are you monitoring their nutrition? These are studies that haven't been done. There really has not been any conclusive studies that show exactly what we're all talking about. And what anyone throws up in terms of research, they'll say, well, it shows that when you lower this, that it changes this on this cholesterol. You're either talking about something that was done in a test tube or in a very specific couple people, and you're not taking in the 100 other factors that could determine health as well. And like I've mentioned the last couple episodes, if you take meditation seriously and you start unlocking your brain and focusing on what your brain can do and how your brain relates to your health, your fitness, your daily way of living, your management of stress. A lot of you train and you lift weights to reduce stress, or you say, oh, I lift weights to reduce stress. Do you have any idea how much stress can be reduced by meditation? How much you can reduce and improve your quality of life by meditating. And most people don't think about that or realize that. And as a result of that negligence, what we have that's going on is a complete disregard for any of the research that could really be a much more impactful determinant of whether or not one of these studies or one of these diet approaches is actually better than the other. Because if you have someone who's, let's say you study people that are vegan, and I want you to think about this objectively, right? If you talk about, okay, these people are vegan, if you make a decision to be a vegan, you're also most likely exercising or more health conscious in other areas as well. I'm not talking about the sugar free, the cake eating vegans and those that are eating garbage. But if you're eating true vegan source of food, you're also very health conscious and you're doing everything in your power to be healthier. And that has a great impact on the benefits and the results you're going to feel from making those choices because you are doing things in order to be healthier, as opposed to someone who, let's say, the average person that's eating meat. The average person that's eating meat is probably also smoking, not exercising, sitting in a car for 3 hours a day, sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day, very stressed out, not happy with their life. How is that an accurate test? If, let's say, this vegan is also exercising, not smoking, meditating, doing yoga, blah, 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 not eating refined processed foods. So you have the meat eater who's also drinking soda, who's also consuming chips in addition to the meat. It's hard to judge those two things together, wouldn't you think? What if the meat eater was consuming the highest quality meat sources from grass-fed cows, was consuming things like bone broth, like I enjoy myself, exercising regularly, eating tons of vegetables, meditating, doing other things. Why couldn't that be a healthy form of consumption as well? Is it possible that it's not so simple as, "Oh, I'm eating this food, this number goes higher, it's not good. I'm eating this food, this number goes lower, this is better." I don't think it's that simple. I think there's a lot of other shit that, and the proof is in the pudding when you have these people that are smoking and doing all this stuff in other countries that live to be 125. How are we quantifying success? Length of age, the first time we had medication, bone strength, what are we comparing this to? There are so many holes in these studies because you can't study something with that many different directives. You can't have that many different hypotheses in a single test. That's why each study is such a close minded study. It's such a one window study. It has to be. It has to be. You heard of everything I just said. You can't have a test that tests all of that. There's too many factors. You have to have one test that controls for this and compares it to that. That is how you test something. We're going to do this. We're going to observe the changes. Our hypothesis is that when we do this, we're going to have a higher level of that. And either that hypothesis is proven or it's disproven or it's uncertain. So then we do either another test to confirm it or we take it down that road. And it costs millions of dollars. It takes a lot of time. And the food industry isn't all hell bent on letting a lot of this come out, right? There aren't hundreds of millions. The amount of money it would take. So the study that I'm talking about, this theoretical study, and I'm going to throw out some numbers there, but I want to put into perspective onto why the exact study that would answer or give us a lot more answers to these questions. If you really wanted to figure out, is it truly a viable option? Is it really potentially better to be vegan or carnivorous or this? The actual test to accurately give us a real good indication of further research. Okay, this is highly likely to be better. This is high. The test, the amount of time, it would take years and it would cost probably $1 billion. And I'm not even exaggerating in the slightest. It would take 5 to 10 years minimum because you would have to, because it's all about the long term. Who cares if it works in the short term for a year? Who's planning on living for just one more year? I don't want it to work great for a year and then come crashing down 5 years down the road and it's a misery. Like you have to, a longevity, a longitudinous study, it would cost or billions of dollars, at least 500 million to $1 billion. So who here has $1 billion just lying around for one of these huge studies? Then you got to put it together. It's going to take a year or two to probably put this together. Doctors, the situation, have all the, I mean, literally what you need is like the Truman Show. You need people living in a bubble that you can control every different thing. And then you have someone on the outside saying, well, they're in a bubble. That's not a real world situation. Is this even accurate? So I don't know if we'll ever, I mean, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard. But if you take responsibility, like we talked about earlier with the whole fat tax bullshit, if you take responsibility for your own fitness, for your own health, you can answer a lot of these questions yourself if you take responsibility and you engage. You engage and you invest time and effort and attention to your body. That's a big thing. Mr. Swole, do you drink beer every day? No, I don't. If so, how much do you drink in a day? I don't. I rarely have beer. Once in a while. The other day I had one. I used to have maybe a couple. No, I just haven't. Samina, I cut soda and alcohol for several months, and when I came back to them, tasted like shit, and I still have them once in a while. It seems so difficult to cut them when society washed our brains. Society's washing those brains, just washing them. They're cleaning our brains. They're just washing those brains are just getting washed. Well, they're so available, right? My beard, fuck you, bro, Chacho on Instagram. My beard smells like poop. What should I do? I would stop wiping your asshole with your beard. That's funny, man. Fucking people. Fucking people. The fucking poop beards. Weird. Weird motherfuckers. Who's got poop in their fucking beard? Do you take supplements? No, sir. Sometimes some caffeine will do, some pre workout, but it's all crap, man. You don't need those things to get big. You got to start focusing on the food. So, those of you that are watching, if you haven't caught any of my free resources, what I want you to do is send me a message on Facebook Messenger and join the Daily Swole Club. So when you send me a message on Facebook Messenger, you will get information and you'll see a button on how to join the Daily Swole Club. So it's a daily messenger service, and I send out little recipes and workout breakdowns and tutorials every single day just to give you some insight, keep you on track. So make sure you go and join that. And plus, on my Messenger main menu, you will see my nutrition workshop and my free ebook and stuff, and some additional resources that you can help you get up to speed if you're new to the community. So I would highly recommend checking that out. And yesterday's Daily Swole Club was the front rack step back lunges. And I'm thinking either today is either going to be a recipe or another exercise breakdown. So I have tons. I have so much exercise footage. I think I'm just going to keep on giving you guys some exercise breakdown and nukes, and probably also throw those up on YouTube as well. But I'll make sure the Daily Swole Club gets them first. But I'll probably do some breakdowns. I'll probably put them up on YouTube on my training playlist as well, and then also give them. But I'll release them first for the Daily Swole Club. I'm 13. I can't get abs. I've been trying since last summer, and I do lots of cardio, and it's just a two pack. What do you recommend? Well, being older than 13, lifting weights, man. But you're 13. Don't worry. The first time I ever lifted weights was 13. So don't worry about a six pack. You're 13. Eat food, grow, live your life, enjoy being 13. Love it. Did your shoulder workout today? Nice, Dennis. Solid, man. You lift weights a lot. Good. Take it easy, man. You're 13. You got plenty of time. I love that exercise. Help my knees. Oh, really? Which one? Which exercise? The lateral tube walk or the one that I post in the Daily Swole Club? The lateral tube walking? I might actually post that up in the group. What I'm probably going to do is do some more longer tutorials, like some longer voiceovers for YouTube, and then do like a little shorter one for the Daily Swole Club, and then route people to the YouTube video if it applies. That way you can have that's what I like about the Daily Swole Club. I'll give you a little nuke, a little something for the day. And then if you want some more information, I'll give a link to where I have like a blog or something that goes into a little bit more detail. The one that was posted in the Daily Swole, the step back lunges with the front rack. Yeah, you could do that with a kettlebell. You could do that with a barbell, dumbbell. You can just hold a single dumbbell right there. This is good for posture. Helps take tension off the excuse me. It'll take tension off the knee joint, put on the glutes. You want to be a bodybuilder. Cool, man. You got plenty of time. Keep plugged in, keep reading, keep learning. It's a big world out there, and what you want at 13 isn't going to be the same that you want when you're 30, 30 teen. You're 43. You got a long way to go. So, some big updates, or not big updates, some good shit that's coming. Those of you that are members of Swolenormous X, there's going to be a couple brand new recipes today in your Swole food recipe archive on swolenormousx.com. So, if any of you are watching are interested in joining the private community where you have all my programs, all my HD video for everything broken down, all my instructional videos, workshops, master classes, full yoga classes, swolenormousx.com. And those of you that are already members, three new recipes I'm going to put out there today. So stay tuned for that. And for everyone else, I hope you enjoyed. If you didn't check out that fat tax video, check it out on YouTube or on my Facebook page. And I will see you all tomorrow on Sunday for episode 751. Be swole, be beautiful. And thank you so much for checking out the most muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Slaycast, and oh, bicep cast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Papa Swolio, I was gonna work out today, and then I wasn't gonna work out today, and now I am going to work out today. And I did chest and back earlier in the week. I could do arms. I might just do some total upper body. I might just slay. I might do a little bit of everything and just go in there and just rage. I'm excited. I'm excited because I haven't done arms like in a week or so, a week and a half, because I didn't do them last week. I think I'm just gonna do a total body, upper body pump. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Melania, is that different from the free club? Absolutely, it's different. Swolenormousx.com is my private membership site with all my programming, all HD. It's all full. It's a full training platform, interactive training platform. So it's swolenormousx.com. The Daily Swole Club is my free messenger that you can log into, or that you can access just by sending me a message on Facebook, and I'll add you to. It's like a messaging list. Yeah, so go check it out, swolenormousx.com, and I will see everyone there. X members, remember the new recipes coming today, so I'll put those up ASAP. And anyone else that wants to check it out, Again, swolenormousx.com. So peace, McGee's fam, deuce, magoose, Papa Swolio. Oh, 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 out. Thank you so much for watching on the Quadcast, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And remember, the podcast, SoundCloud, Apple Podcast, where you want the gains, Papa Swolio shall be. I'll see you later, fam. Make sure you check out the YouTube channel for the latest around the bend. Laters.